Hey guys, I'm Ramoto Adao and you're welcome to the Shades of Us vlog. So today I want to talk about something that's very disheartening, and that has to do with how a lot of people treat their housemates, house helps, people who live under them and stuff like that. We have all heard all those stories of how housemates are raped by bosses, or they are beaten black and blue by their bosses, or there are those who eat from plates that are broken, torn, or something like that. And then there's even stories of people who feed their servants or their maids with literally the worst kinds of food and the likes, and where you take your kids out and buy them the finest clothing, you buy your maids something that's appalling, to say the least. And it's terrible because every time I hear stories like that, I feel completely beaten down, completely weirded out, because I just imagine how you can treat another human being as horribly as that. As it's just something I cannot comprehend. And so a lot of us would say we do not abuse people, or we do not abuse the rights of people, but then we treat people who work for us horribly. We hurt them, we beat them, we starve them, we clothe them in the poorest of clothes, they are not taken to good schools, and it is very normal. It's very normal for people. I talk to a lot of people who have housemates, and they keep saying things like, oh yeah, my girl did this, or my girl washes all my clothes, or my girl does. And I just sometimes, when I hear stuff like that, I wonder, do we forget our humanity when we put all that work on some? Usually these are teenagers, early teenagers, at most late things. So there are things that you yourself will not be able to do, but then you think that it's okay to give this young child to do. And I just don't understand how people are able to function that way. It's something that I've never really been able to understand. And I just need to put this out there, that if you have a maid or someone who's living with you from your village or something like that, and you maybe pay the parents 15,000, and then you make them work and feed them the poorest kind of meals that you can, or not take them to school, or to give them a proper education, or not even give them the best that you can. Now, I'm using that term, that you can, because there are a whole lot of people who can do all of this and more, but they don't, because they feel that, no, these people are not worthy enough, they're not good enough, nobody cares about them, and stuff like that. So it is a problem. It's a huge problem. And if you're one of such people who does stuff like that to people who live under you, just know this: you are abusing their basic human rights. You're treating them with such indignity, and I just don't understand, because how do you even explain giving a child tons of clothes to wash, a big house to clean, and all in the name of helping them? It just doesn't make sense. And I'm really sick and tired of having to deal with stuff like that. I see it a lot. I have so many people that I see, and it's very normal for them. It's not something that's out of the blue. You treat your children properly, you treat them well, you give them the best. Even if you can't give these people who are living under you or who are working for you the best, at least give them something that doesn't demean their humanity or bring down their dignity to the barest minimum. It's important that we realize that house helps, maids, and the likes are human beings too, just like you, just like your kids, just like your husband, just like your sisters and brothers and whoever it is that you have around you that you consider and respect as human beings. Housemaids are like that. So if you cannot take something, why do you think your housemate should be able to take it? And I think it's deliberately wrong that we have to treat, or that we constantly treat those people who are less fortunate than us in such poor light. I think we need to do better. It's important that we do better. It's just, I cannot even begin to overemphasize why it is important that we do better. And generally I have so many stories I'd like to share, but it's depressing to have to talk about them. Is it the story of, a housemaid who was burnt with hot water because she didn't do something right, or the one that was beaten with an iron, and then, or the one that had iron prints all over her body, or the one that had cigarette butts burned on her body? There's so many really hurtful things that we're saying. The right of every child is important. The right of every person is important. And I just cannot understand why people will be okay to treat some other person with such evil. So it's really depressing. I really have so many stories, but I don't want to talk about them because it's probably going to depress me some more. But I think we must do better. We must treat people who work for us better. Whether it's your maid, the gardener, whatever it is, you have no right to hit them. You have no right to treat them poorly. They should be given a proper education. They should be given proper clothing to wear. They should be given food to eat. Because, it's just basic common sense. So, I just hope that people stop abusing those who work for them, all in the guise of helping somebody. You are not helping them. If you treat them poorly, you're not helping them. A 15,000 naira that you might send to their parents is nothing compared to the abuse they have to deal with and the ripple effect of the abuse that they have to deal with in your house. So this is a call to everybody who has a house help or a maid. This is a call telling you need to stop. So basically, that's just it. We just need to stop. If you have a child that's living with you, you need to respect that child. You need to treat that child as a human being. You need to respect the dignity of that child. And for crying out loud, if you cannot send that child to school, don't even take them in the first place. If you cannot clothe them, don't even take them into your home in the first place. It just doesn't make sense. Okay, so I'm getting too angry about this and I'm just going to let it go. But I'm going to ask you, what is the worst story you've heard about how madams or ogas treat their house help? And what do you think is the best way to deal with such kind of situation? Hit me up in the comment section and let me know what you think. And let's see how we can solve this problem together. It's been nice talking to you today, and I hope you have the best of your time. And I guess this is bye, yeah? Bye, yeah.